Hey everybody, Scorpion here. So we're going to go through a few different power supplies. This is just a small, tutorial of a couple different types and what you can do with them. This is not the full range because there's a lot of different shape sizes and everything else, weights. Just all kind of depends on what you got it from. But we're going to go through here, check these, and see what we can find on these. Hopefully we can tear them down kind of fast. Y'all stick around.
Rock bottle on the track, boy.
Alright, so we'll start with the easy part. So when it comes to these, I normally just grab them, twist them off. Normally they're brass, not always, but normally they are. So you check them with a magnet. Some of them are steel, but as you can see, they come off pretty easy. And you can see here where they broke, that's brass, definitely. These didn't break. These didn't break, they twisted, so I'm not sure about those. I'm gonna say those are steel, but until I can check them, yeah. So we just put it all together. So that's your plug-in type, and of course the wires are already cut off all these. But all of them basically have the same thing on the inside, and it's up to you whether it's worth doing this or not. So a lot of people just hit them and bust them open like that. As you can see, you've got some aluminum in here. That's old sheet aluminum. There's two transformers. Sometimes you'll find a little bit more wire that you can get. And some of them actually have my mind quit. The IC chip, sorry. Sometimes you can find an IC chip on them to pull off. But this is like one of the huge debates. Me personally, I normally just kind of do this thing to them, get the rest of that wire. If I see an IC chip, I'll grab it and pull it off. And other than that, we can get aluminum breakage for this. That's better than shred, and it normally makes it so it's not worth my time to finish tearing them down. So take a couple apart, take them to your scrapyard. The guy, I took it to him, and he's like, well, there's copper in there and there's aluminum, so they're gonna run it through the shredder and get the copper out anyway, so yeah, I'll give you aluminum breakage for it. And he does. So that's it's kind of helpful. Saves me a little bit of time. And some of these can be a pain, so this tends to be the best way. Something a little harder. There we go. It'll work better. But I'm not. I'm on a wooden table here instead of a metal bench. So again, transformer, a little bit of sheet aluminum. That might actually be steel instead of aluminum. You do find MOSFETs in here, and there's probably going to be a video on MOSFETs later, seeing if it's worth, trying to get the gold and other metals out of them. So if we find out that it is, then we'll probably start pulling the MOSFETs out of here, because like this one's got two. It's got one here and one here. But as of right now, we don't really know, and we've got a bunch floating around here. Here, let me show you. We've got a couple MOSFETs, just a couple. So yeah. Alright, so that's your plug-in types. Now you have the ones that you find for like laptops or satellite dishes and stuff like that. This one looks like it might be a pain to break down. This one might just find its way into the shred. So yeah, for the future, probably better just to toss that into the shred. That just takes way too much time and effort. There we go, finally. There it goes. Alright. So as y'all know, quite often these are brass. Sometimes they're steel. My opinion, it depends upon the quality of it. Better quality is going to have brass instead of steel. So it's something you can hold on to and try to get that brass out of if you want. But again, your choice. I'm gonna throw it in the shred because I think those are steel, to be honest with you. So we got a little bit of 55% wire. Then you have this. Now, like I said, we get aluminum breakage for them, so that tends to be what we do with them. And the last time I went to the yard with all my small motors, they gave me a aluminum price instead of copper motors. I think they gave me aluminum breakage, so I was a little bit upset with that. So I'm not going to spend the time pulling these transformers and toroids and stuff off of here if they're not going to give me copper motor price for them, because that barrel was so heavy, even with a cart you almost couldn't move it. So still kind of upset about that. Not sure what I'm gonna do as far as that for the future, because I do normally take that stuff off, and I still do pull those small motors off of stuff. Again, if you're doing this on something harder than this wooden bench that I'm using, it would work a whole lot better. But instead of tossing this into the shred, which is what I've found a lot of people do, you can take that second to whack it with a hammer, and might be able to turn it into aluminum breakage without that cover on there. So talk to your local yard and see if they'll give you aluminum breakage for it. If not, if they'll give you small motor price for that, it's worth. Just rip it apart. Just grab it and just rip it apart like this. Just, they're gonna give you small motor price for it. There you go. Grab that right there, rip it off there. Grab this right here, rip it off of there. You don't have to be pretty about it. Grab your couple copper things and toss the rest out and keep rolling. But as you can see, here's 2 MOSFETs, and we'll have a video on those later. So hope that helped y'all. It's a couple pounds of aluminum breakage for us, and we'll see y'all next time.